you knew it was going to be hot when you heard that lonesome slide guitar and that hawk's cry.
Hey, this ain't break time. Get back to work.
Gonna see Miss Eliza. Gonna go to Mississippi. Gonna see Miss Eliza. Gonna go to Mississippi. Gonna see Miss Eliza. Gonna go to Mississippi.
Man, listen to what the black guys are doing. We need a white guy work song. Hello!
How are you?
How's the folks?
What's new?
I'm great.
That's good.
Ha ha!
Not good.
Well.
That's right.
What do you know?
How's the wife?
Gotta run.
Oh my.
Ta-ta.
Goodbye.
Well, we can see that there are three groups of participants in this conversation. First is the sheriff. We'll divide the prisoners in the white prisoners and the black prisoners, and we'll explain the different interactions between these participants.
So, well, here in this context, talking about prison, mining camp with forced labor, every prisoners have the same power, same status.
They're symmetrical.
They're symmetrical, even though they're white, black. And well, here the sheriff has the higher authority, has the power over them. And an interesting thing I want to say is that in society we can say that the Southern Americans and the black African Americans are a low prestige group in society, while the white Americans have a higher prestige, are in a higher prestige group. But here they have like same, but because of their the strength of the black prisoners, they have like they become a higher prestige because of the work they're doing, because everything is based on their strength, on their ability to do the work. So that's why in the video the black prisoners start to sing a song, and the white prisoners choose to follow them because they're like an example for them in this context.
Well, the context is and the setting are very simple. They're in a prison, well, they're prisoners, and they're doing some forced labor, specifically a sort of mining camp where they hit rocks with hammers, and they're being watched by the sheriffs.
The topic of conversations, first, well, the white prisoners started talking about how of the fatigue, how it's hot, how it's really hard to work in those situations, and that it's forced labor. And then, well, the sheriff, just what he says is that they need to get back to work. That's like his objective, to get the prisoners to work. And well, black prisoners, the conversation is just to sing together to like avoid the fatigue. And then after that, the white prisoners discuss the importance of having a white guy work song, so they can do better work like black guys do, and like to ignore that also fatigue and be like more happy in that situation.
And the function of each conversation is, first, within the white guy prisoners group is to get together to sing a white guy working song. The function of the sheriff when he speaks to the prisoners for them to stop their rest, stop talking, and continue working. So the function is to get the prisoners to work. And the function of the black prisoners conversation between that is singing together is to bond during this hard work, and as my comrade said, to kind of forget about the fatigue and, if you can say so, kind of enjoy what you're doing, giving it musicality and rhythm.
Okay, well, the language of participants is very important here in this video. Everything is stereotyped. I think Family Guy is very effective at doing that. Well, first of all, none of them have a formal register. The white guy says we're gonna go, things like that are informal. The folks, the Southern American sheriff talks with a really marked redneck accent. This ain't free time.
Yay!
So, well, the accent, again, is very important. The African Americans avoid using pronouns. They say, gonna sing this song. They don't say, I'm going to sing this song. And well, another important thing is that the African American accent here and the Southern American accent is, well, they're both from, like I said before, a lower prestige group in society, while the white Americans are in a high prestige. And this can be seen in the accent and the language that they use.
Well, this is linguistic rules. The white prisoners do adapt their language to the situation as they start singing, emulating the black prisoners, but they adapt their language that is less stigmatized, because they say things like how's the wife, how's the folks, and they adapt it to make a song while they work together. And well, the sheriff doesn't adapt because even though he's the authority there, and you might expect from an authority to have a high or a formal register when talking to others, he sticks to his accent and variety of English that is Southern. So he doesn't adapt his language to the situation where he is expected to be a symbol of formality and order.
Another important thing about the sheriff talking to the white prisoners is that, well, in the sociolinguistic rules, you would expect that the Southern American would like avoid talking with that marked accent that they have to talk to the white prisoners, but because of the authority that has over the prisoners, he can choose to use and talk that way, and well, he needs to be like hard on them, so he speaks really loud, speaks really strong to get them back to work. Okay.
The relationship between the participants, there is no direct communication between the white prisoners and the black prisoners. Why not direct? Because they don't engage in a formal dialogue. But when the white guys see the black guys singing, they get the message. They understand that that's what the context requires them to do. Inside each group, they have the specific language, as we said before, and variety and accent that unites them. That's why you see the white guys, the black prisoners working one side and the white prisoners working on the other side. And the language of the sheriff shows authority at the end, because he's the figure of authority in this person.
So, well, again, the language that they choose to show power would be the sheriff, to talk like really strong, to make his point, to make the prisoners get back to work. And well, the solidarity, I think, is really important. You can see it really clearly within each group, within the white prisoners and within the black prisoners. Another thing is that it's really separated. They don't talk to each other, but by using that, well, that yes, that specific language of them, that specific accents and different uses of well, the words, and like I said before, how the African Americans don't use the pronouns, and so again, this language you can see within them gives them like their identity and gives their solidarity to be together and to make that group and well, to continue their work but together.
And specifically for the solidarity part, the act of singing brings them together because as you saw, the first one to start the song is one black prisoner that starts singing "Gonna see Miss Eliza, gonna go to Mississippi," and then all the rest of the black prisoners joins him. So that helps the solidarity of okay, we're here working very hard, so let's do it at least together. Yeah, somehow a joyful manner. Well, language and identity, as my fellow here mentioned before, Family Guy is a sitcom that is well known for its stereotypes. So they're very careful in showing the specific accents or varieties of English in this case for each group, so you can differentiate between the white prisoners' specific variety, because even though it doesn't have a formal register, they stick to, let's say, proper grammar structure, like how's it follows, even though they get into phrases like gotta go, they stick almost entirely to a normal, the correct grammar structure. And as we said, the black guys, they have this accent that is very distinctive, and they avoid the use of pronouns instead of I'm going, gonna go. And the accent and the use of ain't or expression like yay from the southern sheriff. And well, this very marked use of the varieties of English to give the identity to each group in this scene is very important. So you can differentiate what members of each group are and what is their identity.
An important thing, as my comrade said, is that, well, again, Family Guy focuses really on making stereotypes, and he focuses a lot in details. Both songs, the one that sing the white guys and the black prisoners, they exist. They're from different movies. Well, the White Guy War song is from a duet of from a movie of the 60s, and for the people that have seen, for the audience that has seen that movie or at least that song, will get the stereotype really quickly, because that duet is like two white folks talking really happy, singing, and so it's really that stereotype. It's really marked in that song. Also the song that the black guys sing, it's like a classical song in like blacks working,